Hello, my name is Elena Bonacarso, and I have a question for you. So, have you ever smelled something like a perfume, a food, or even a place, and you suddenly remember something from your past? Like, out of nowhere, you were thinking about a person or a moment or a memory that you haven't thought of in a very long time? Well, this happens to almost everyone, believe it or not, and it's not random at all. It actually has to do with how our brain is wired. Today, I'm going to explain how our sense of smell works, why it's connected to our memory, and how it can affect our emotions, even. So, first, let's talk about how our sense of smell works. When we breathe in, tiny particles enter in the air into our nose. Inside our nose, there are special cells that detect those smells. And once they detect something, they send a direct message to our brain. Now, here's the most important part of this process, though. Smell takes a very direct path to our brain in comparison to our other senses, like sight or hearing, which actually take much longer routes before your brain even processes them. But smell goes directly to the parts of our brain that deal with memory and emotions. That is what makes smelling so powerful. Another thing that makes smelling unique is how quickly you're able to recognize it. You don't have to just think about it or try to process it, it just happens automatically. Your brain recognizes the smell almost instantly, which is why the reaction feels so sudden. According to Harvard University, smell travels directly to the parts of our brain that controls memory and emotion, which is why it can bring back such strong memories. Smell and memories are connected. Scent can bring back strong emotional memories because it's directly linked to that part of the brain. That is why when you smell something familiar, you don't just remember it. It's like you actually feel it again. For example, when you smell certain foods, you might be reminded of your childhood or a certain scent that might remind you of a specific person. And when that happens, it's not just a thought. It comes with emotions too, like waking up in a place that you remember or something that smells familiar like a classroom or a store that you used to visit as a child or even someone's house. You might not even realize it at first, but suddenly you feel like you've been there before or remember something specific tied to that moment or that smell. I myself can relate to this as I still have the discontinued bottles of my mother's old perfume and lotion from when she was still alive. She used to wear these all the time to the point that when I smell these, I have a very strong connection to them and to my childhood, like when she used to wear them again. And it feels something for me in my heart, really. So, not only does smell trigger memories, but it also affects the way we feel. Some smells can make you feel calm, while others can make you feel uncomfortable or stressed. According to the Cleveland Clinic, smell is strongly connected to our emotional memory, which is why when certain senses can instantly change how we feel. An example of this being the smell of lavender or vanilla, which are often used to help people rest or relax, while other strong smells or unfamiliar ones might make someone feel uneasy. Even something like the smell of fresh laundry or clear air can make someone feel comfortable and at ease in their environment. That is why scent is used in things like candles, and even some stores or businesses use them. Certain smells make people feel relaxed and comfortable, so they stay longer. Overall, smell is more powerful than we usually think. It's not just about noticing a scent, it's connected to how we remember things and how we feel. So, to sum everything up, on how smell works is by sending signals straight to our brain, and because it's directly connected to our memory and emotion, it can bring back those strong memories almost instantly. That is why certain smells remind you from moments in your past, but so quickly. So the next time that you have a smell and it brings you back to a memory, just remember, it's your brain making a strong connection between a scent, a memory, and emotion. My name is Elena Bonacarso, and I thank you for listening to my speech.